The rain came in KwaZulu-Natal in April and left with almost 450 lives. 89 people remain missing. In the first part of a special series, eNCA's senior reporter Dasan Thatia looks back at how the tragedy unfolded.
The river's burst. There's people trapped in the back of the house and they can't get out. The whole house is flooded.
Guys, send some help. At 48 Ridgegate Road in Southgate, our whole backyard has collapsed and our house is starting to flood.
Hey guys, I need anybody that can assist on M7 between South Coast Road and Yaba Toyota. We've got guys trapped in trucks, we've got guys trapped on structures. This flooding is hectic, guys, hectic. Definitely search and rescue. Please, guys.
Time now 2:36. Take note if you're in the Merebank area. The canal by Mondi has now breached. Those houses in the area called Salcott or Salcott Road, those houses are in danger.
Flooding and heavy rains are wreaking havoc in KwaZulu-Natal.
You'll see the emergency services personnel here. That's been the nature of their day so far as they've been chasing scene to scene. There are still people that are missing. There are vehicles that have been submerged, that have gone underwater. All areas across Durban have been affected quite significantly near the areas of Umlazi on the north. You've had areas like Mploti on the south. You've got Amanzimtoti. Well, look, it's still as busy as it was earlier on, in fact, if not more so. What's now complicating things, I'm sure you can see through the shot. I'll move out as well so that you can get a sense of where I am. The rain is starting to come down even harder than it was before. A major part of the problem, what you're seeing here next to me, these are some of the manholes that are actually exploding. The tops are coming off there. It speaks to a drainage system that has reached its capacity and it can't cope with the amount of rain that is coming.
I'm suspecting this, and that when we open up newspapers tomorrow morning once we have a reconciling of what happened overnight, you're going to see a few more number of people either missing or, unfortunately, you might even see some fatalities.
There's a ton of people still missing out there. What needs to happen next, considering all of the outstanding people and the resources being this limited? I would, ask the emergency services in South Africa to come down to KZN and help recover these bodies. There are some bodies that have not been recovered for the past 48 hours, and family members are now resorting to digging up the bodies themselves. It's a sad situation down here, and I'm sure we need more rescuers to come out and assist.
But there's a lot of force. As per the witnesses that we interviewed, it was a wall of water, probably about 4 or 5 meters high, that came down the hill, mixed with mud and all the debris, and it creates this carnage.
Izinto ezihambileyo la kube izindlu ezininzi kakhulu zihamba nempahla yabantu, zihamba nempahla yokugqoka, ifurniture, yonke into ngaphakathi.
I want to turn my camera around and show you why there is no transport in Umlazi currently. This is the bridge that connects Umlazi and other parts of the city, and the bridge has been washed away. There's also the road, South Coast Road, that you're seeing from your visuals right now. That road was flooded and the bridge caved in last night.
some of the locals, then they started going across, going to help themselves with whatever they can find in the containers. Majority of them, like I said, they were empty. They didn't even know that those containers are empty. So they would swim the rest of their life to get there. But we were able to respond to those incidents.
Now we are talking about statistics as the number will continue to increase. More and more families have reported to the police that their loved ones are still missing in some areas.
A total number of 40,723 people have been affected. Sadly, 341 fatalities have been recorded.
When it started becoming consistent, we realized the figures are more than what we are aware of.
There's quite a number of additional resources that has came down. We've got air support that is already here. A lot of other members that are also coming down to assist us with the rescue operations, as well as just to support our members, because as is, there's very limited number of mortuary vans that are out there. So police having to play a role of transporting these bodies from the crime scenes to mortuaries, because there's just not enough.
Some residents are completely cut off from the other side. On Maklati Road, there are residents that are trapped on the other end. They're unable to move, unable to get their vehicles out. And all of this because the road that joins the two sides has completely collapsed and there's water flowing beneath it.
Umhlaba awukho asena ndawo sesifana nezindlwa asizokwazi inhlobo nje asina ndawo nje.
Obviously, we don't want to take you too close because this is an active scene at the moment while they make that recovery. But they have confirmed, the dog has indicated that there are in fact bodies that are under there.
So we've identified 101 of such schools, and it will indeed be affecting our teaching and learning as well as attendance. The 90 schools that have reported to be in need of mobile classrooms, the team in DOE is hard at work to make sure that we are providing such.
KZN is going to be declared as a provincial area of disaster so that so that we are able to do things quickly. The bridges have collapsed, the roads have collapsed, people have died, people are injured. So this is a catastrophe of enormous proportions. And it is for this reason that we have said, one, I should come down, and the ministers are here, and the various ministers who I've also appointed as champions of the district development model will also be working here. And this disaster obviously is part of climate change.
The story now moves to the basic and essentials that people need. It's a scramble for water. We are in Mawoti, in Inanda, where residents are trying all they can to find the source of water.
Water tank obamanje akufuna manga bengakaboni any water tank nakhona understand ukuthi kwenzalani noma ngazi mhlambe kusana ama problem noma emuvo wathi.
Some people are really not appreciating how much we're going all out to try and assist.
Belinde bephathise ngalena itolo uma kufika lana beweliselwe wona.
Initially, you have the first phase of where it's a rescue that they are trying to perform, and slowly, as time progresses, it then turns to the other side of things, which becomes this task that they have now, which becomes the body recovery. So not an easy situation to get through.
The van that you see here is where the 8-year-old girl was last seen nearby. The father trying to rescue that girl after rescuing her younger sister even. So now that search is continuing at this very moment.
Well, it is going to be a recovery effort. Rescue is over. But the tragedy is that sand is against us, the mud is against us. The areas where people are trapped, you can't get heavy equipment into it.
Sidele ukuthi umndeni wethu awukho la ePinetown ngoba behlezi silala sivukiseni sibuza ukuthi mhlawumbe bakhona ePinetown ngoba phela khona iwona amagazi singakaze singene kona. Namhlanje ke enhlizweni khona lokho ukuthi vela bekho la ePinetown sesizokwazi ukuthi siye phambili sihambe sifunisa nakhona.
We have had no help from the authorities. We have been shunned, and I think this is not fair as rate-paying citizens.
They come here only when they want votes. That's only the time when they run around here to hand out free T-shirts, hand out juices, and all of that. And they run around, oh, everything is happy, but there's no ANC now, there's no EFF, there's no DA, there's no one. And everybody here votes. Everybody here has a free ANC T-shirt, but there's no ANC running around here to help us.
Up there, we have absolutely no access at the moment. So we all are trapped in our residence. We can't get out. We have no water, interrupted electrical supply.
I just want to get more clarity on why you've decided to block the road.
Okay, the community decided to block the road so that they can send the officials, because since Friday we've been waiting. Nobody has come to assist or to give us hope. People, they have no place to sleep. They sleep in the road.
16,672 households do not have houses today. They've been left homeless. 116,708 people have been affected.
What was outstanding is knowing that all the emergency services were extremely busy. Volunteers put up their hands 2-3 o'clock in the morning with the downpour. They came through, boots on, they left their families behind to come and help families that's in dire need. Yeah. They were outstanding. They saved many, many, many lives.
The community of Kwasanti near Pinetown is accusing officials who are administering donations of stealing them from flood victims.
It is a great source of shame when this disaster struck. The most burning public debate was around fears that the resources allocated to respond to this disaster would be misappropriated or wasted.
When a family of 12 is wiped off and only 2 left out of the family of 12, and you still have an audacity of going there and still, you are not a human being yourself. You are some kind of an animal. So I think we need to appeal to the conscience of these people. But if their conscience fails them, the state must be there to remind them that they need to be somewhere where they belong.
You would have noticed that dust is flying, work is being done. Some areas now are able to be accessed. We are able now to go around through many major intersections in the province that were inaccessible. Business and economy is beginning to function. You go to Transnet and all of that, you see that there's some work. People have been assisted to bury their loved ones. That is because government, before you actually, because I think people when they hear that the current estimation, which is still not complete, is estimated at about 17 billion, they think that government is going to sit and fold their arms. No, that's not the case.
The loss of life, destruction of homes, the damage to the physical infrastructure, the demolition of public buildings, and the consequent damage to services combined to make this natural disaster one of the worst ever in recorded history of our province.